He gave her one final warning. She waved it off like dust in the air, and now she's crying. But the damage is done, carved into stone. Have you ever looked someone in the eyes and realized they never truly believed you'd walk away? That no matter how many quiet warnings you whispered, they were certain you'd always stay. That was my marriage. Her name was Clara. We met in college, one of those stories that almost sound cliché until it happens to you. I was quiet back then, focused, a little too serious. My goals were clear, my ambition sharper than most. She, on the other hand, moved through the world like lightning through dry air, bold, radiant, unapologetically alive. She lit up rooms without trying, and I never expected someone like her to see someone like me. But somehow, she did. Those early days felt enchanted. We talked until sunrise, took impromptu road trips to nowhere, danced barefoot in the living room long after midnight. Life wasn't perfect, but it felt honest. I built a steady path in supply chain management while she started her own digital business from scratch. We weren't wealthy, but what we had felt meaningful, or so I believed. The cracks didn't announce themselves, they whispered. At first, it was the small things. A smile she'd hide while reading late-night messages she wouldn't explain. More nights out with friends than in. I didn't want to be the paranoid husband, the one who checks her phone, questions her freedom. But something shifted. Her eyes stopped searching for mine. Our conversations turned mechanical, necessary. Our intimacy reduced itself to obligation, then habit, then vanished. One night, I brought it up gently, trying not to sound accusatory. Is something wrong between us? I asked. She gave me that familiar grin, the one I used to love. You're overthinking. Again, she said. I tried once more. Is there someone else? Her laugh cut through me like a razor. Darling, she said, amused, don't be so unsure of yourself. I'd never do that. For a while, I let myself believe her. Told myself I was imagining things. That maybe stress was playing tricks on my mind. But instincts, real instincts, they don't fade. They grow louder the more you try to silence them. Then came the day everything changed. I had a business trip scheduled to Portland, a full week away. I packed my suitcase, kissed her goodbye before sunrise, and drove toward the airport. But something gnawed at me, a quiet, relentless unease that refused to be reasoned with. So instead of boarding my flight, I turned the car around. I drove back, parked a block away from our house, and waited. For hours, nothing happened. The house remained still. It felt empty. Then around noon, a sleek silver sedan I didn't recognize rolled into our driveway. My gut clenched. She opened the door. Before he even knocked, they hugged, familiar, practiced. Then they kissed, right there, on the porch of the home we built together. The same front step where we used to argue over garden plans and leave muddy boots after hiking trips. They kissed again and went inside. I sat frozen in the car for 3 hours. My hands trembled. My chest felt hollow. I didn't scream. I didn't break down. I just stared, the silence around me deafening. Then I drove away. I didn't confront her that night. Not yet. I wasn't going to give her chaos. I needed clarity, space, a plan. Over the next few weeks, I moved like a ghost through my own life, strategic, silent, deliberate. I found a lawyer, gathered every financial document I could, opened a bank account in my name only, rented a furnished apartment across town, redirected my mail, and at home, nothing changed on the surface. I still cooked dinner, kissed her goodnight, asked about her day with the same practiced warmth. But inside, I was a storm held back by sheer will, calm on the outside, unraveling within. Then, a month later, I sat her down. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't throw accusations. I just told her the truth. Remember that Portland trip? I asked. I never went. I saw him. The silver car. I saw everything. Her face went white. Gone was her usual composure, her dismissive charm. For the first time in years, she looked genuinely afraid. The silence that followed stretched and strangled the room. Then came the tears, fast and frantic. I didn't mean for it to go that far, she stammered. I was lonely. It was a mistake. I never thought you'd find out. I nodded slowly. You're right, I said. You never thought I'd find out. And more than that, you never thought I'd leave. I reached into my bag and slid the divorce papers across the table. Signed, sealed, final. She broke. Her voice cracked as she pleaded, promising to change, begging for therapy, for a second chance. She swore it didn't mean anything, that we could start over. But not all broken things can be mended. Not because the love disappeared, but because she stepped over a line I drew long ago. If you betray me, I had always said to myself, I won't fight. I'll leave, quietly, without fanfare. But I will not stay. That night, I walked out with nothing but a backpack and what remained of my dignity. She still tries to reach me. Messages I never open. Calls I never answer. The hardest part of all of it is knowing she never believed I had it in me to go. She gambled with my heart, thinking it was hers to lose, and she lost. Now she lives in the ruins of her own choices, drowning in regret. And me? I found a stillness I didn't know I needed. A peace built not from forgetting, but from finally choosing myself.